Hi, Facebookers and YouTubers. It's me, Kaylani Haddon, with another video you can like and share. But today's video is a little more serious. I want to talk about what everyone is talking about right now, Tyrese, which I am a fan of Tyrese because of his wonderful songs, Sweet Lady, Signs of Love Making, all, the beautiful songs that he's done, especially for doing the movies like Transformers. My kids and I love him in Transformers. It hurt me when he was not in the last Transformers because he had to do Fast and Furious, but Fast and Furious was good. Anyway, still support Tyrese. It is hard being a celebrity. I have been backstage with celebrities and you would not believe sometimes how much medication they have to take to be able to perform when they're sick or down and out or just plain tired. You would not believe how much they go through for, everyone trying to talk to them, message them all days and times of the night. Even on my lower level of stardom, it's kind of hard to handle the level of messages that I get. But so I can definitely understand what Tyrese is going through. And just to point out for those that, are saying that he had sort of a breakdown or a meltdown, it's okay. Because typically people have nervous breakdowns when they have a divorce. Three things: divorce, a death in the family, or losing a loved one. And when you are not able to see a family member, whether it's a child or whoever, for months at a time, it feels like you've lost someone, almost like a death. So his crying is validated. I see no problem with it. You know what? Most of the artists are very transparent on social media and nowadays. And so I do think that sometimes we have to take a step back from social media when we're having personal issues and try not to put everything on camera if you can. However, I do understand, what he's going through. I know people that have had their kids taken away, been lied on, because they may have had a nervous breakdown and then, or some type of mental problem, and the person tried to say that they were crazy and had their kids taken away, or some abuse was happening in the home, not necessarily to the child, and they try to take the kids just so, the male doesn't have to pay child support, or because the woman wants to have the kids all the time because she's bitter about what the husband or ex or the father did to her. So just to put that out there, breakdowns can be kind of common. Everyone, I think, in their life has a time where they just, can't keep it together. Everyone's had that soul cry where you just break down and you start shivering and, if you haven't had one, you're probably not human. You're some type of superhuman, because even Jesus wept. Okay? So that being said, let's talk about the issue at hand. Men are crying over their kids or worried about getting their kids taken away and not being able to see their children. I do feel some remorse because I think everyone should be able to see their child. I think women should let the man see their children. However, I don't think a man can really blame the woman or should try to take sole custody of the kids if they broke up the marriage or relationship due to infidelity. If a man was abusive or cheated on their wife or girlfriend, therefore they had to break up, and the woman takes the kids, I don't think he should try to seek sole custody or try to get child support from the woman. I think that's childish. I think that's irresponsible. I think that's disrespectful, because the woman and the child didn't ask to be in that situation. You messed up the family and the structure. And so if anybody is going to be without the kids, it should be the person that messed up the relationship. Now, that goes for the woman too. If the woman messed up the family, and the man wants the child, then I think the man should be able to take the child and, the woman see them when they can, like hopefully split it 50-50. I think the best thing to do is to share your child 50-50 because it's about the child in the end. And it's not good to play, use the kids as pawns and, hold them away from the other parent. That I don't think that's good. The child needs to be the one that we're concerned about. And I think that the parents need to get along enough so that they can come to events together for the kid and the kid can see both parents at the same time. I think that's just being grown up. I think that's the responsible thing to do. Now, don't jump on me. Don't send me a bunch of messages saying Kalani doesn't believe men should have their babies if they cheat. I believe that men should see their child sometime, like 50-50. But if, he cheats or is abusive, I don't think he should be able to get the kids full time. And then the woman has to suffer and not be with her kids, vice versa. So that's what I'm saying. And what trumps all that is, if a parent truly is abusive, then, the parent that's not abusive, or the parent that, helps the child with homework most and that's most influential in the child's life, should spend the most time with the child. Sometimes we put our selfish feelings ahead and, the male doesn't want to pay child support, so he'll take the kids and not spend time with them, not help them with homework. And meanwhile, they're flunking out of school because the man wants to have their kids just to say that he's the daddy and he's handling his business. No, you're paying bills. Anybody can pay a bill. You keeping a roof over their head, but are you helping them with homework and things like that? And I think that's why women get the kids a lot of times, because the woman typically, not all the time, but typically will help the kid with their homework, make sure they have nutritional meals, and make sure that she talks to them, communicate, because we're nurturers and God made us that way. They made us nurturers to bear the children. We felt them in our stomach. We relate to them. We connect to the kid in a way that a man doesn't truly always connect. Like when you have a baby, you feel what the baby feels. Like if the baby is sick, you know exactly what they feel. You know what medicine to give them. You know how to take care of them, because you feel what that baby feels by breastfeeding and being close to the baby and having them in your body for 9 months. And we tend to relate to them a little bit better. But now the court systems nowadays are putting kids in the care of the fathers sometimes, and they're not really in a position to take care of the kid in a way that they need to be taken care of. Yeah, they have a good job or whatever, but they don't, not really given the nurturing that needs to be given to the child. They rather go on a date or a vacation with their girlfriend in some cases, not all cases. But that's just my feeling, how I feel. This is just today, that's how I feel. That's my take on the situation. It's not like I did a bunch of research and found out, this is the way it should be. But this is the way I feel, based on what I've been through with my family, based on what I've seen people go through, based on what Tyrese is going through. And, God bless him, and hopefully the courts will be with him and let him see the kid sometime. If he truly did abuse that child, there is help available, and I hope that he gets that and gets, maybe visitations where it's monitored visitation until they can, prove that he's not abusive anymore, because the child is the most important part of the equation. So, pray for Tyrese at this time. Pray for all the families. And I think that what Tyrese did was very brave and unselfish, because I feel like he cried on behalf of all parents that have split families, that have to split their child and not see their children, the selfish parents that take the kids and take them all week and don't let the other parents see them through the week. I think that's very selfish, and it hurts the kids in the end. And I just want to say, thank you to Tyrese for crying out and showing how the courts have really ruined families and split families up. Especially how black families have been split up all the way down to the Willie Lynch letter, and do your research on that. But it's, you know, an epidemic that's been happening since the slavery days, of how, you know, the black man gets embarrassed or caused to be taken away from the family or pushed outside the family, and you know, their family is left without a father. The system is set up where sometimes a woman cannot get food stamps or aid if the man is in the home working. So a lot of times they'll leave so that you know, they won't have that income from him, and you know, they can get aid, which I think is unfair. You should be able to make some income and get some aid if you're not making enough. You know, because $8 an hour really just doesn't pay the rent and keep food on the table. So some women just say, you know what, you're not making enough money, and with all the mess I'm putting up with, I'll just go get food stamps and stuff and get on aid and get Section 8, you know, which is unfortunate. We need to put our kids first, and, you know, get out of that mindset. Go to work. You know, I know it's nice to get food stamps and everything, and we lean on it when we need to. You know, I've been there, but you make so much more money when you actually go get a trade, get a skill, go to school, take the time to do it, and get a good job, and support your family like it needs to be supported. Get off the system, because the system, if they can control your money, they control you. So we need to stop relying on the system. All right, so I hope this educated everyone. I know it's not the light relationship stuff that I usually talk about, but you know, God bless Tyrese in for standing up and crying for his daughter, and crying for all the split families that get their kids taken away. All right, love you. Bye.